From your hometown news leader, this is WTVY News 4 at 10.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Reginald Jones.
And I'm Natasha Chugtai. Thanks for joining us for News 4 at 10 on this election night. We start tonight in Geneva County, where voters decided a 1% sales tax increase.
Now, the measure passed with 65% of the vote. News 4's Mike Gerspan has been following this decision. He joins us live from our Enterprise State Community College newsroom now with more on this. Mike?
Well, guys, there is a lot of jubilation, to say the least, as far as the Geneva County Sheriff's Office is concerned. This has been kind of a long lobbying effort by Sheriff Greg Ward. Now, 2 years ago, the 1% sales tax increase proposal for a new Geneva County jail failed by about 300 votes. Now, tonight, a much different story. As the election returns came into the Geneva County Courthouse, it would be clear the message of needing a new jail got through to the electorate. Now, probate judge personnel would tabulate the numbers from some 27 precincts stretching from Slocum to Sampson. County officials feel that if a federal judge ordered a new jail, it would then be placed on the backs of landowners. Sheriff Greg Ward is retiring from office in January. His long-sought dream of getting a new jail built will become a reality.
And be able to do this 1% and let everybody help us like we help the counties around us. Every time we go shopping, Enterprise at Dothan, we're helping them, and now maybe they can help us.
And indeed, as you can tell, guys, Sheriff Greg Ward is one happy man. In fact, he's told me when he first took office in 1995, he started getting the wheels going for a new jail, and now that he's just about to leave office in January, the voters have come through for him. Let me just read the final numbers real quick, guys. The jail tax proposal passed 4,424 and no 2,453. So by well over 1,000 votes, the tax proposal did go into effect. Back to you all.
All right, Mike, thanks so much. The voters spoke loudly there. The 1% sales tax increase in Geneva County will go into effect in 2015. Also in Geneva County, residents decided a $30 fire fee. The measure passed with 61% of the vote. Now, the fee is per home or business. The money will be used for equipment and education for the Malvern Volunteer Fire Department. Assistant Fire Chief Anthony Johnston says not having a fee could mean higher insurance rates. Moving to Coffee County now, where voters decided the next sheriff. Current Sheriff Dave Sutton has defeated challenger Boyd Hartzog. This will be Sutton's second term. He's also chaplain of the Alabama Sheriff's Association. Hartzog, by the way, has 43 years in law enforcement. He was an Alabama state trooper and federal agent. Staying in the state house, Democratic incumbent Dexter Grimsley was challenged for his District 85 seat by Houston County businessman Bobby Lewis. At this time, Grimsley is leading Lewis with 40%. Well, we're not sure how many percentage of the votes are in right now, but I didn't. News 4's Cynthia Washington is at Grimsley's headquarters. She joins us now with his reaction. Cynthia?
Exactly. We have some unofficial numbers right now, and he is in the lead. So, Mr. Grimsley, how does it feel to be in the lead right now?
Well, it feels great. I'm glad to know we're trying to stay ahead, and we're trying to make sure we do what we need to do to win. We've been fighting hard all day, all week, all campaign. Just glad to know that we're still, working real hard to win.
Now, again, this is unofficial. He is in the lead. But if you are reelected, what are some plans for you?
Well, the main thing, I'm going to continue to do what Dexter Grimsley does. I like to work hard with the people that's up in Montgomery, Republican or Democrat. We're trying to make sure that we get Alabama going forward and make sure that we keep Alabama strong and make sure that we do what we need to do to make Alabama a better place to live.
Perfect. And now, what are some things you're proud of from last term?
Well, exactly that. I'm glad that I was able to work with the Republicans on some issues that a lot of people will say Democrats are not proud to work on. But I'm glad to know that if we work together, we can be a better state. We can be a better place to live. And House District 85 definitely needs some people who are ready to come together and work with other districts and make sure Alabama and Southeast Alabama does well in everything that we do.
And what do you want to say to all your supporters?
I want to say thank you. I mean, we've had a lot of turnout. We've had a lot of people that really stood behind me in 2010, came back out in 2014, and without those people, we couldn't be here. So all the people that stood behind Dexter Grimsley and worked with Dexter Grimsley, I want to say thank you, and I really, really sincerely mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Perfect, and you heard it here. Now, these are unofficial numbers. Dexter Grimsley is in the lead. We'll toss it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thanks a lot, Cynthia. That's Cynthia Washington reporting live from the Dexter Grimsley camp tonight, where he's leading Bobby Lewis to retain his seat for District 85. Now, although Grimsley has a pretty big lead over Lewis at this time, Lewis says he is not ready to concede the race just yet. District 85, by the way, covers Henry and Houston counties.
Alabama District 28 Senator Billy Beasley is leading Republican John Savage. Beasley has 75% of the vote. Beasley was elected in 1998. He is serving his third term. Savage is a former civil engineer and Eufaula teacher. Alabama District 31 Senator Jimmy Hawley is leading Democrat Larry Greenwood. Hawley has 72% of the vote compared to Greenwood's 28%. Hawley was elected in 1998. He was originally a Democrat. He swapped to the Republican Party in 2007. Turning now to state politics, where one of the most hotly contested races has been between District 29 Senator Harry Ann Smith and challenger Melinda McClendon. Just a few moments ago, McClendon conceded the race to Smith. Smith has 52% of the vote, 52% of the vote to McClendon's 48%. Smith was first elected to the seat in 1998. News 4's Allison Mechanic is at Harry Ann Smith's camp. She joins us now from Nate's Oyster Bar in Slocum with her reaction. Allie?
That's right, Natasha. A tense day has turned into a celebration here in Slocum. I'm joined by Senator Harry Ann Smith, and we just got the news a little while ago that she has now taken the win over Houston County Commissioner Melinda McClendon. So first of all, congratulations on your win tonight.
Thank you.
And this was a very close race. It was some very tense hours back there.
It was, and congratulations to the McClendon campaign. I wish them all the best.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's been a very, very tough day, a very long day. But really, we're excited. What do you think is going to be your biggest challenge ahead of you? Because you got to head back pretty soon.
Yes, I mean, I'm just looking forward to being able to have the honor to represent the people again. And there's a lot going to be happening in Montgomery. I'm excited about the opportunity to go represent the people as an independent.
Absolutely. And now, you know, like we said, it was a very close race. Do you think there was a certain issue that you took a stance on that may have put you in the win tonight?
You know, I think the issue that resonates for me and the people that have supported me is that the independent. It's great to be an independent in Montgomery right now. I mean, it's great to not be beholden to party bosses or to a particular party, that you can actually answer to the people you serve. And it's just a great feeling to be able to walk those halls and know that you are answering to the people back home. And I appreciate the honor that and trust they bestowed on me this evening.
Well, thank you again for your time tonight. We're going to send it back to you, but before we do, just to say that this was a historic night also. This was the second time that an independent was sent back as the state senator. So we're going to send it back to you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks so much, Allie. And like we just mentioned, Melinda McClendon conceded to Harry Ann Smith. News 4's Matthew McClellan has more from the McClendon camp. Matt?
Reg and Natasha, I'm here with Melinda McClendon, who just a moment ago learned that Dale County didn't pull through for you, not quite enough votes to close it in, but you just gave this not quite a concession speech, but you fired everybody up. Give us just kind of that in a nutshell.
Listen, this race has been an incredible lesson for me and for our entire team. We were coming from 30 points behind just 6.5, 7 weeks ago. So for us to come within striking distance of beating a 16-year incumbent was unbelievable. The voters really, listen, it's 49 to 51% of the people out there who wanted change. So what that tells me is we, the people who did not succeed tonight, we're going to keep a close eye on our elected officials, make sure they're doing what they say they're going to be doing, making sure they're showing up for work and that they're voting the way their constituents think they're voting. And if I do anything after this, it will bridge that gap of the information getting it to the voters, because there's a huge misinformation about the messages we were getting across, and they were just misinterpreted. But
well, I don't think there's any doubt that you're going to be doing something after this. We got great things we're expecting from you.
Thank you very much. It's been awesome. Great team, great group of voters. The folks back in the counties were just unbelievable. We're going to do great things, whether without an election. Let's put it that way.
Melinda McClendon, thank you so much. Reg, Natasha, I'm going to toss it back to you too.
All right, thanks, Matt, for that report. District 29 covers Dale, Geneva, and Houston counties as well. Alabama House District 93 has been a closely watched race. Incumbent Representative Steve Klaus has defeated challenger Jennifer Marsden. Klaus had more than 75% of the vote. News 4's Courtney Crown caught up with Representative Klaus tonight. She joins us from our Dale County newsroom with his reaction. Courtney?
Natasha, Representative Klaus is going into his 6th term as an Alabama House representative. Tonight I caught up with him as friends and family gathered to congratulate a man with 20 years experience in the state's government. Representative Klaus tells me that he's just anxious to get back to work for the Wiregrass counties he serves.
Absolutely. This is a great part of the state, and I love everybody in Dale and Houston County, and we got a lot of big problems to face in state government these next 4 years, and I look forward to trying to tackle those issues.
Representative Klaus is the current chairman of the Ways and Means. Natasha?
All right, thank you so much, Courtney. District 93 covers Dale and Houston counties.
Moving now to some local measures, Barbara County voters decided a self-governance issue. The measure lets the county pass local ordinances like leash laws without having to go through the state legislature. The measure failed with 52% of the vote there. In Dale County, Chris Carroll will be the next District 1 commissioner. He defeated Terry Wallace with more than 78% of the vote. She will fill the seat being vacated by Douglas Williamson. Williamson did not seek re-election.
Turning to the seat for Dale County Revenue Commissioner tonight, Eleanor Outlaw has been re-elected as Dale County's Revenue Commissioner with 77% of the vote. She defeated Arlissa Minifield. Minifield is the town of Newton's municipal clerk. Outlaw was appointed Revenue Commissioner in 2009 by Governor Bob Riley after Tommy Lavender passed away. And in Henry County, incumbent Dick Grimsley will continue on as the next District 4 Commissioner. He defeated Dan Mitchell and Roger Scott with 51% of the vote.
And that was the Pike County Sheriff's race there just before they came to us. We're moving on now. Alabama's governor had opposition in today's election. We're going to let you know if he's having to move out of the governor's mansion as our election coverage continues.
We've got results of statewide Alabama races when News 4 at 10 returns.
Welcome back to our election coverage. We continue now with the race for Alabama governor. Governor Robert Bentley will serve another term. The Associated Press called the race for Bentley 25 minutes after the polls closed. He has 62% of the vote. He defeated Parker Griffin. Bentley was elected in 2010 on a job creation platform. Griffin says his campaign was hurt by Bentley's refusal to debate him, Bentley's fundraising lead, and voters' dislike of President Obama. Kay Ivey will keep her seat as Alabama's lieutenant governor. She defeated Democrat James Fields, Jr. Ivey was elected in 2010. She is the second woman and the first Republican to hold the office in state history.
Alabama's 2nd Congressional District re-elected incumbent Martha Roby to a 3rd term in the U.S. House of Representatives. She also serves on the House Appropriations Committee. She defeated Democrat Eric Wright, who played football at Troy University. Incumbent Luther Strange had a majority over Joe Hubbard. He was elected in 2010. Hubbard was elected to the Alabama House of Representatives in 2010, like we said, where he served as minority whip.
Alabama State Representative John Merrill will be the next Secretary of State. Merrill defeated Lula Albert Keigler. Now, Merrill is currently serving as a state representative from Tuscaloosa. John McMillan has retained his position as Alabama Ag Commissioner. He defeated Democrat Doug Smith. McMillan was elected in 2010. He's also served as the Commissioner of the Alabama Department of Conservation and Natural Resources and was Executive Vice President of the Alabama Forestry Commission for 2 decades.
Alabama voters decided 5 constitutional amendments today.
2 of the most watched were Amendments 2 and 4. Now, Amendment 2 is failing. More than 50% of voters have said no. If passed, Amendment 2 would take $50 million out of the state's trust fund and distribute it to National Guard armories around the state. Local county commissioners oppose the measure.
Amendment 4 is passing with nearly 60% of the vote. So the measure would stop the state from making unfunded mandates to local schools. For example, right now, if the state required each district to have a nurse in every school but did not pay for it, the district would have to come up with the money. Local school systems were in favor of the amendment.
Well, it certainly was a beautiful day to get out and vote. Nate has a complete look at your forecast coming up next.
And we continue our election coverage in Florida. We'll have the results of the governor's race as well as local measures. Stay with us. Welcome back to our election coverage as we turn our attention to elections in Florida and the race for governor. It was a close one. Incumbent Rick Scott, who was elected in 2010 and ran on a jobs platform, has narrowly taken the seat over Democrat Charlie Crist. Crist served as Florida's governor from 2007 until 2011. In the race for Florida Attorney General, incumbent Pam Bondi has retained that seat. She was elected in 2010 as the first woman elected to that position. She beat out George Sheldon and Bill Wolsifer, the first Libertarian candidate for that position.
In the U.S. House of Representatives, District 1, Florida race, Congressman Jeff Miller will keep his seat. He defeated Jim Bryan and Mark Rashern. Miller was elected in 2000. He is chairman of the House Committee on Veterans Affairs, and he serves on the House Armed Services Committee. An upset in the race for District 2, Representative Democrat Gwen Graham has defeated incumbent Steve Sutherland. Sutherland was elected in 2010. He served on the House Committees of Natural Resources and Transportation and Infrastructure. Graham, by the way, is an attorney from Tallahassee.
Brad Drake will be the next District 5 representative. He defeated Libertarian candidate Karen Schoen with 76% of the vote. Drake formerly held the seat from 2008 until 2012. He's replacing current Representative Marty Coley, who was term limited. Florida residents have voted not to legalize medical marijuana. The measure needed 60% of the vote to pass. Under Amendment 2, patients would have been required to get a doctor's certification of their condition. That would have qualified them for a patient ID card they can use at licensed dispensaries.
Now for some local results, we'll start in Holmes County, Florida. The next District 4 County Commissioner will be Danny Powell. Powell defeated Earl Stafford by earning 51% of the vote. In Washington County, voters have decided there to not approve a 1/2 cent sales tax increase. You can see the numbers there, 52% voting no in that measure and 48% approving it.
Coming up, we will have some of those Georgia races, including referendums, governor, and U.S. Senate races as well.
Stay with us. Welcome back to our election coverage. We move now to Georgia, starting in Seminole County, where voters decided a sales tax referendum. Here a look at the numbers. They voted to pass that measure, 53% to 47%. Now, this is not a new tax. It continues. A 1% sales tax is expected to generate more than $7 million for the county over the next 6 years.
There are 6 alcohol referendums on the ballot in Seminole County. 3 are for the county, 3 are for the city, and all 6 of them narrowly passed. We'll start with Sunday package sales. That referendum passed in the county with 53% of the vote. In the city, the referendum passed with 54% of the vote. There's the numbers there. That means alcohol can be sold at package stores on Sundays after 12:30 p.m.
and on-premises drink license to determine if customers can drink at certain establishments narrowly passed in the county. 55% approving the measure, 45% voting against it. In the city, 53% of voters said yes to the referendum, 47% said no.
Another referendum was to loosen restrictions on which establishments can sell retail alcohol. That referendum passed with 53% of the votes in the county. In the city, 52% of voters supported the measure, while 48% said no. County officials say the point of all these referendums is to generate more tax dollars on alcohol.
Moving now to the race for Georgia's governor, Democratic challenger Jason Deal is between he and current governor Nathan Deal. Right now, Deal is in the lead with 57% of the vote. Carter has 41%, well, 42% now. Andrew Hunt has 2%. Now, Deal was elected as governor in 2010. Carter, by the way, is the grandson of former president and former Georgia governor Jimmy Carter. Casey Cagle retains his seat as Georgia's lieutenant governor. Cagle was elected to the position in 2006. He currently has 64% of the vote. Connie Stokes has 37%. By the way, she's a former senator and county commissioner.
Samuel Olens will keep his seat as Georgia's Attorney General. Olens worked on the platform to strengthen sex trafficking penalties. Height, Greg Hecht, served as Assistant District Attorney from 1989 to 1993. The next Secretary of State looks like it will be Brian Kemp, who was elected in 2009. He was running against Democrat Doreen Carter.
In the race to fill the U.S. Senate seat currently held by Saxby Chambliss, Republican David Perdue has defeated Democrat Michelle Nunn. Perdue is CEO of Dollar General. U.S. Representative Sanford Bishop has been reelected to Georgia's 2nd Congressional District. Bishop beat Republican Greg Duke. Now, Bishop was first elected in 1992. He is currently serving his 11th term. He's a member of the House Committee on Appropriations.